So after I'm done suctioning my patient, I'll go ahead and remove his drape and throw that in a trash, and then I would go ahead and take off my gloves and throw it in the trash as well because they are soiled. Then I would go ahead, I could do this. I will have, I'll wash my hands after taking off the gloves. I would go ahead and put on a new pair of gloves. I would go ahead and take the dressing that's under the stoma or above the stoma and take it out, and then check the secretions or anything on my gauze. So I would check for color, odor, consistency, and the amount of any of the secretions on there. So next, I will go ahead and put on my sterile glove of my dominant hand here. So this hand is sterile. So now I will go ahead, since this hand is sterile, I already opened my kit, so I can touch in here with this. So these are all sterile. With my non-dominant hand, since it's not sterile, I would open up my saline and pour it into the basin that's in here. And then after doing that, I can go ahead and put on my other glove here. Now I can touch in here. So now I will go ahead and moisten my gauze. So I can moisten those, and then I have my Q-tips as well. Those are for cleaning. So this is all moistened. This would be closer to me. It would be on like a side table by the bed. So this would all be closer to me on the table. So I have my whole view. So what I'm gonna do, go and bring it over here. I will go ahead and unscrew the inner cannula, and I can go ahead and take it out. It'll kind of have like a curvature tube. So when I take it out, it'll curve. I can go ahead and disregard that. And then I can go ahead and place the new cannula in there and screw it on. Next, I will go ahead, my Q-tips would be pre-moistened. So I can take this, and then I would clean from the stoma outwards, disregard that. And then another one, I would go ahead and do it outwards, and those would be trashed. Then I would take my moistened gauze and do the same thing. So out or inner to outer, and then inner to outer. After that, I can go ahead and place this dressing under here. And that is the type of dressing that I replaced in the very beginning when I checked for color, odor, consistency, and the amount of secretions on there. Next, I can go ahead and put new ties on. So this would have like a plate with little incisions in there, which would already have my ties in there. So I would go ahead and untie the tie, but keep them in there, and thread it through and tie it in a square knot. After that, then my trach care is completed. I can go ahead and remove my gloves, wash my hands, and then I would check for lung sounds. So I would use my diaphragm. So after listening to lung sounds, When I was tying my tie, I would make sure that I have 2 fingers that would fit under there so it's not too tight. And then my knot would not be on the carotid. Also, whenever I was done putting my cannula on there, I would also put the oxygen back on there and set it to its normal limits, or prescribed oxygen amount. So that is all complete. After I'm done listening to his sounds, heart sound or lung sounds, I would go ahead, put the bread at the lowest it'll go, lock it, put the side rails up if needed, and then just to make sure that he is within distance of the call light. I would wash my hands, thank my patient, and then I would leave the room.